Hey, high-powered healing ladies. I just wanted to come to you today and speak into you a little bit. And that is, I want you to understand that you are not struggling. You're just fine-tuning. A lot of times when we have these very strong personalities, when we're very driven, when we're very powerful in our way of being, we can use amplified language to describe just about everything. And we can even feel amplified feelings, particularly about ourselves. And so sometimes we can feel like, oh, I'm falling apart, or oh, I'm a hot mess, or all this and that, when the truth is, that's not actually true. Okay? You are absolutely winning in some of the key areas of life. There are women who would love to have your problems, as it were. And I don't say that to diminish or minimize your experience, because this isn't about comparing ourselves to other people, because our own challenges and situation are our own, right? And it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to what someone else is going through. What someone else is going through does not diminish our experience or our pain or our emotions or our anxieties or worries or whatever. So I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I really want you to understand just how amazing and incredible you actually are. Now, a couple things I know is that it can be a challenge for you to believe that about yourself sometimes. You do for the most part, right? You do feel good in your own skin. You do walk and move in the world with confidence. But you also have a little voice in your head that's not always the most positive, that's not always the most encouraging, that's not always the most upbuilding to you, that doesn't always remind you of all the things you're doing right, that doesn't always emphasize all of the things that you've accomplished, that doesn't always shine a light on all the amazing and wonderful things that you have received and have to be grateful for. And not that you ought to be grateful attitude. No, genuinely, sincerely, amazing, wonderful things about your life that you just have never stopped to acknowledge, that are like, I am so thankful. I have beautiful, happy children. Or I actually have an amazing husband who thinks I'm amazing even when I don't in my head. Little things, those aren't little things, but that kind of internal rhetoric or speech, it may not naturally happen with you, okay? And so that's why I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today and just to iterate that fact that no, you're not struggling. You're just fine-tuning, okay? And because this is a haven for powerful, driven women coaches and business owners, what I know is where you see a lot of success, where you see a lot of achievement, where you're really able to tap into your high-performing nature and spirit, is in your business. You've done the work on your money mindset. Not that that's like one and done, but you've peeled back enough layers to where you have a pretty decent, healthy relationship with money, okay? You're seeing success in your business. You have confidence in what it is that you do, what your methodology is, what your process is, how to help your clients, and your clients' results speak for themselves. What your clients think, feel, and say about you, the gratitude that they have for how you've impacted their lives, speaks into that, yes, you are incredible and amazing at what you do. However, sometimes where the challenges come up, or where you may feel like you're struggling, is more on the personal side of your life, on the emotional side of your life. And let me again say this, especially if you are in the coaching world, which the majority of you are, you're already so aware of the connection between our emotions and, our experience in life, even how we're doing in our business. Really, everything is driven by how we feel. And if you don't get that, then you need to do a little bit more self-examination and research, because those are the facts. Especially people who are in sales will tell you that decisions are not based on anything other than emotional. And that's why people who are really good at sales acknowledge people's feelings and emotions, make them feel seen and heard, help them feel like they're getting a solution to their problem, and they should be, right? And that's why they say yes. That's what people in sales get about the psychology of sales or whatever. But it doesn't just apply to sales, it applies to everything. And so I know that you get that. You understand how your emotions play a huge part in who you are. How you feel affects everything. It is so hard to get motivated, right? And to write copy, to do client calls, to do admin for your business, to track your expenses in QuickBooks or a spreadsheet, or get with your CPA or do your taxes. Oh my goodness, that's coming up, right? It's hard to do those things when you're not in a state of feeling enthusiastic, excited, or motivated. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling down on yourself, if you're feeling like, then it makes everything 10 times harder. So I only say that to highlight that your emotions, your emotional state has a huge impact on you professionally and on you in your business. And I know you get that, but I'm just reminding you. And so where the fine tuning typically needs to take place is in that emotional space, in our personal lives, okay? And I say personal, I don't just mean like, okay, well, me and my husband, we need to go to couples counseling or something like that. No. Really, personal means person, and that person is you. So what I'm really talking about is you making the time and space for your relationship with you. How you talk to you, how you deal with you, who you're being. Because that all affects how you're showing up and the spirit and energy that you're doing everything with, and also the level of joy or happiness that you're able to experience, okay? So I want to let you know that you're not struggling in the sense that like, okay, I need to just, go and do all these things to try to fix myself. No, you're not. No, you're not. You got it 90% down, honey. We just talking about that last little 10% that's going to bring it home for you, and really 9% because we're never perfect. Nobody is perfect. It's a continual journey. You've peeled back so many layers on the onion that you are, and so it's just time to do a little more fine tuning, and you'll know when you've hit the limits of where it's time, because you'll start to feel like you're pushing against something, like you're being held back in some way, like no matter how much you try, things just don't seem to be working or flowing or going the way that you want them to, or you feel out of alignment. If you're familiar with those terms, you don't feel in step, maybe with your husband or whatever the case may be. Those are the clues and the red flags that it's time to bring yourself in for some maintenance, because you are not just anybody. I'm going to say that for you one more time. You are not just anybody. And I don't mean that you're arrogant or that you think you're all that or any of those things. I'm just simply stating a fact. You are talented. You are good at what you do. You do know what you're talking about. People who get with you have their lives changed for the better forever. That's who you are. And when you show up like that and you have that much impact, that much light, okay, that much power, you can get burnt out in the sense that stuff can get diminished if you don't take the time to plug it in and get yourself recharged and regoing. And so that's what I do, is I work with women who are winning, who are succeeding, who have got the 90% going right, but just need to bring it home with that last little 9%, and sometimes maybe even examine some of the 90% to make sure that it is allowing them the space and freedom to be creative, allowing you the space and freedom to discover what it is that you truly desire and how you want to do things. Now, let me say this. In business, there are fundamental principles and fundamental foundational strategies that are essential if you want to be success. You cannot just start a business and be flying by the seat of your pants. So that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is once you have built your foundation, once you have built your pillars, once you have had a little trial and error and kind of figured some things out, and you're like, okay, well, what next? Now is the time. And especially if you've seen some success, now is the time to start really focusing and looking inward and giving yourself permission to do that work so that you can have a life that excites you, so that you can feel like your business and your personal life, your marriage, all those things are in alignment, so that you can feel like it's not such an overwhelming struggle to be the powerful woman that you are. Okay, if I'm making sense, please drop a comment below. And give a like to this video too, so I know that you're understanding what I'm saying to you. So that's all I wanted to do today, ladies, was to hop on and remind you that you're not struggling. That's not what this group is about. It was not created for women who feel like their lives are in shambles or who are falling apart all over the place. And even though you may feel like that at times, I'm going to shift your focus. I'm going to pick your head up and put it right over here. Look at the 90%. The 90% that you are thriving at. Okay? And then let's you and I talk about that 9% that we can work on. And we can even examine the 90 to make sure that that's still working for you too. All right? So please drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. If you would like to talk to me one-on-one about your unique situation or your unique challenges, or to see if I could be of any assistance to you, by all means, feel free to DM me, send me a message, and let's chat about it, okay? So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you here.